Taking the kayak out for the first time this year. It's supposed to be a little windy. We're trying to find some spots out of the wind. Taking our buddy here that just bought a kayak out for his first time riding a kayak. We're hoping to do a lot of fishing together this year. But some birds are way up there. I don't know if they're on some bait or something. That'd be pretty shallow, I think, if they are. Maybe they're just congregating up there. But man, it feels so good to be out fishing. I feel like it was a long winter. I feel like every time if you wait for spring, wait for the water to warm up after deer season. Once I'm done deer hunting and squirrel hunting, it's time to get fishing. And then there's always that little bit of time in between waiting for warmer weather. But because I'll just tell you now, I'm not very good at cold water bass fishing. Just don't have the reps in it. But we're gonna see what we can do today. One of my things this year is trying to get better with the fishing with a jig. I've always kind of ran away from it, and just hard for me to slow roll stuff. I always like throwing crankbaits and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a learning experience. You see in this video, you're probably gonna be like, man, look at all these things he's doing wrong. Hopefully no one in these houses comes and wants to run us off. I've seen so many videos of people trying to fish and people think they own the water. Well, that wind's picking up too. I was trying to ease up on this, but daggone. It's gonna be nice one of these days when I get me one of those pedal drive kayaks. Man, it's deep in this pocket. This is where you worry about getting pooped on at this point. Good grief, look at all these. Hopefully they're here for a reason. Find out. Like there's some grass under the water here. Love to catch me a big old bass right off this point. It's just a nice day to be out. Spring can't get here fast enough. Surprised there ain't more boats out here. I haven't seen any in this area. Not yet anyways. There's a couple people at the boat ramp. Out seeing what we can do today. See how bad this wind affects us. The buddy we have with us knows this lake pretty well. He grew up here, so he tells us he knows a lot of good crappie spots. So we'll be hitting those up here pretty soon too when the crappie start spawning. There's already people out here catching them on the lake, but like I said, I don't know this lake well enough at all. This is only my second time actually being on this lake in my kayak. Learning experience all around. That wind is probably killing the audio on this too. Didn't have any luck so far with my jig I was throwing. I bird nested the absolute snot out of my crankbait setup, my rod and reel. That's gonna have to wait till I get home to fix if I don't lose my paddle here. But threw on this Livingston crankbait, square bill. I'm gonna hit up those rocks up there and see. I don't know if they're that shallow yet, but I'm gonna see. I love cranking. You know, it's hard for me to slow down sometimes. I think that's why I'm just no good with the jig. I don't like to slow down and sit. I like to just keep casting and cover water. But hopefully up there, maybe there might be something willing to bite, but we'll see. Got some decent sized waves. I don't know if y'all can see it here. I mean, my kayak's just rocking. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to set kind of in place to throw this, but worst case scenario, I get pushed up into these rocks and it keeps me sitting still there. But I'm gonna kind of cast horizontally this bank, horizontal, vertical, whatever. I'm gonna be parallel with it. Man, we knew we called for wind today. I mean, it's not crazy bad, but it's just enough to get the water going. It's supposed to be 36-mile-an-hour gust, but that can be a lot for a kayak. Gummit, got my thing all twisted up. Try not to lose my dang paddle here. That'd be tough to get back without. Okay, there we go. All right. We're right over here by this bridge, so probably gonna be a lot of traffic pickup on here. And I'm telling you, when I used to do fish bass fishing tournaments, which is very few that I've done anyways, there was a lot I'm sure I probably could have done better with. You know, I was a co-angler in the ones that I did because I didn't have a boat at the time, and still don't. But man, it was tough seeing him Texas rig catch them, and then, but you know, he'd fish an hour to catch one fish, which I guess in the tournament doesn't matter. It just matters what fish you get in the boat. But the last one I went to, I caught one on this crawdad color crankbait, one of them anyways. I think it was a Norman crankbait. Right off this old dock that was in the water, ran down, and I thought, man, surely I'm gonna have a great day. Didn't catch another one all day. So it was tough watching him catch those, and I'm just not very good with Texas rig and slowing down. I just like to cover water. Oh, something struck it right there. But yeah, there's a lot of adjustments I need to make to be a better bass fisherman. I grew up being a cat fisherman, so a lot of the bass fishing stuff is relatively new to me. I'm still learning a lot. I know people who've been fishing their whole life still learning new things, so at least that's, you know, encouraging. Always something new to learn when we come out. But man, these birds are all over the place. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to end up getting crapped on right on top of my head. Man, I'll tell you what, that wind was a little crazy. I about got turned over just right up against the bank. So we came to a spot a little less windy, just out of the wind in this cove. This is about where we started. I don't know if I'm stuck or I got a fish. Yeah, I'm probably stuck on some line there. Yeah, one can hope, right? No, we're meaning to get on this lake a lot more this year. I mean, Grand Lake's one of the best bass fishing lakes in the country, so it'd be a shame not to catch a few big ones off of it. Back when I was fishing night fishing tournaments, I came out here with a buddy and practiced for a night fishing tournament, because in that club that I was in, they fish night fishing tournaments in like July and August because it's just so dang hot. But man, we were up against one of these docks like this, and you know, he flipped on one of these cables, just a, you know, black and blue jig, and man, he got it stuck, and then when he popped it off, caught a 6.5 pounder. I mean, sometimes they just want to see that little bit of crazy action. But hey, look, there's a squirrel right there. Dive in that water and get that unstuck for me. No? All right. But, and here's the best part about crankbait fishing. You're going to get stuck. Usually it's pretty easy to get out and get up on it, depending on what you're stuck on down there. Stickfish. The good old stickfish. No, it's just really nice. I think it's like 60 degrees out here today. The water temp 49, sitting right at 49.50. Guys I'm with, we're just a little impatient. Golly, they're already all the way back by the trucks. I didn't know. They must be ready to go. I was trying to pick apart that little shallow spot with my crankbait when I got stuck. But yeah, they're way up there. They're banking up. Yeah, ain't gonna catch no fish. Ain't fishing. But overall, this wasn't a bad trip. Just a good day to get the kayak wet, get out, you know, get sore shoulders from paddling, stuff like that. But so far, nothing. Just want to get something going for y'all, see, and let y'all know what I'm up to. We got a We got a bunch of fishing trips planned. I like to try to hit up the river and do some overnight fishing. The river close to us has some really good smallmouth in it, pretty big ones too. Fished it growing up when I was in high school, and I ain't fished it much since, but I'm sure they're still there. But the weather's supposed to be warming up. We just had a little bit of rain come through. I don't know if that's messing with the fish any, or if it's just still a little too chilly. They're not going to be biting like crazy anyways. It's slow fishing anyways. You may spend all day and catch 2 fish, but like I said before, you ain't catching no fish if you're not fishing. Just a blessed day to be out. Guess I'm gonna come up here and load up with them. I guess they're ready to go. They didn't say nothing to me. Those waves are pretty choppy out there, so maybe it roughed them up a little bit. I don't know. But, well, our buddy showed us this other spot we're gonna try out. This one's a little more out of the wind than the last spot, so a lot more shallow, rockier banks. So hopefully maybe there's a bass laying on one somewhere, thinking this little warm weather's just enough to bring them up a little bit more shallow. But one way to find out. I'm just extremely happy because, you know, this, like I said before, this lake is so good for bass fishing and catfishing. He said this spot's really good for catfishing as well. So definitely looking forward to doing that later too. We want to go set some jugs out also, but today's really just a day of him showing us where to go and all that, which a lot of people don't do that. They're pretty hush-hush about the good spots, so extremely thankful for that. So we'll see what we can do here. You know, like I was saying earlier, this is the crankbait I'm throwing. It's a Livingston crawdad color, I think it's crawdad, yeah. So I'm not sure if this is the right color to be throwing. The water clarity is pretty clear. I don't know if I should be throwing a more natural color. Fishing these cold water, I'm not really sure if it makes a difference, but you know, if y'all have suggestions, let me know, because I'm always willing to learn, and I know there's always something to learn. So I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's a beaver like right here. Oh, he stopped. I doubt y'all can see it that far. Little beaver just hanging out. I don't want to get closer. He might come over and try to crawl on my kayak with me. Best part of fishing, being out in nature, man. You get to see all kinds of stuff. Oh, he's getting curious. He wants to come my way. Y'all are gonna scare him over to me. Look at him. I don't know if you can see him. Well, there he goes. He ain't too scared of us. I still don't know if y'all can see it from here, but oh, he went under. Thought I had a fish here. Looks like I got a piece of wood. And it came off right at the boat. No fish today.
No.
Try again.
Pretty much
next week.
So far in a kayak.
I know you've had that for a year. You gotta catch one. Just take it to a pond with the bobber and worm. You got it.
For real.
That wind coming back was no joke.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, it's white capping out there on the main lake. Good grief. It's a good looking spot though. Next time I come out here, hopefully it's warmer, more productive. But here's the next time.